What's up guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Griffin 1-10 second focal plane LPVO. This is a versatile low power variable optic that's a game changer for tactical and precision shooters. Well, let's take a closer look at it. Alright, starting with what you get out of the box, you'll get the scope itself, a user manual, and it comes with these flip up scope caps. Now obviously you're going to need a mount. I highly recommend Griffin Armament's GPM mount, Griffin Precision mount. This is an extremely well made mount. One of the better mounts I've ever had a hold of. It's a very solid mount for your scope and it's highly adaptable. As you can see here on my setup, I've got the Griffin GMS red dot sight mounted up. This is Griffin's enclosed red dot optic. Uses the Aimpoint acro footprint, and Griffin offers several different plates that'll mount several different optics up to the GPM scope mount. They offer Trijicon RMR footprint plates, the Aimpoint acro plate, and Aimpoint micro footprint plates. And as you can see here on the mount, you've got many locations that you can mount your plates. Now this Griffin 1-10 scope is a 34mm tube, so we've got the Griffin GPM mount in 34mm. They do offer other sizes, so if you're in need of a really good mount that's highly adaptable, definitely check out the Griffin GPM mount. Now we'll get the specs out of the way real quick. The Griffin 1-10 LPVO is 10.8 inches in length. Tube diameter is 34mm. At its widest point, it's 3.1 inches wide, and it weighs in at 25.75 ounces. So it's a pretty hefty scope, but you get a lot of features for that weight. The field of view at 1 power is 122 feet, and at 10 power, your field of view is 12 foot. You get a max elevation adjustment of 28 mrad, and your max windage adjustment is 14 mrad. Like most LPVOs, the parallax is fixed. This Griffin 1-10 has its parallax fixed at 137 meters. And the eye relief is 3.5 inches, meaning the distance that your eye needs to be from the rear of the scope. 3.5 inches is really good. And like I said, this Griffin LPVO is a second focal plane scope, and the magnification range is 1-10 power. This optic features a mil-R reticle. The reticle is clean, functional, and perfect for precision shooting. The build quality on the scope is top notch. This scope's made from aircraft quality aluminum. It is shockproof, waterproof, and fogproof, so it's ready for whatever you want to throw at it. One of my favorite features are the turrets. They lock in place. You can't turn them. When you want to make an adjustment, you just pull up on the turret and then you can make an adjustment. It has very tactile, very positive clicks in between each setting. And features a very easy to use zero stop, making that return to zero really easy. The glass quality is surprisingly good. It has really sharp, really clear glass. I'll throw up some footage, show you what it looks like through the scope. Griffin uses fully multi-coated lenses and the clarity is fantastic. Whether you're at 1 power for close quarter shooting or at 10 power for those precision shots, the image remains really crisp and bright. Another feature I really like is that mil-R reticle. The mil-R reticle is very well designed, offering both simplicity and functionality. The reticle's not cluttered, but it offers all the reference points you need for holdovers or ranging. It does have a lighted reticle that lights up red. I think they offer it in red or green. I got the red model here. You get 12 brightness settings, and it's got an off setting in between each brightness setting, which I really appreciate. At 1 power, you can pretty much use this scope like a red dot for quick target acquisition. Crank it up to 10 power and you got enough magnification to confidently engage targets out to 500 yards or more. With the field of view this scope offers, even at higher magnification levels, you're not sacrificing a whole lot of situational awareness. Overall, it's just a really nice scope, especially for the money. This scope comes in under that $500 range. Guys, overall I think the Griffin 1 to 10 LPVO is a really great scope, especially at that price range. Offers a lot of features. It's a very high quality and very versatile scope. Now typically I go for first focal plane scopes. This one being second focal plane offers its own advantages. There's advantages and disadvantages to each first focal plane or second focal plane. Obviously the second focal plane scope is a little more simplistic. It's definitely a better option for hunters and anyone just wanting to keep their scope really simple. Typically with first focal plane scopes, you'll have a really nice reticle at 1 power or a really nice reticle at 10 power. It's not really optimized for every magnification setting. Whereas with this second focal plane scope, your reticle is going to look the same at all magnification ranges. The only thing you got to keep in mind with a second focal plane scope is the ranging within the reticle is only going to be accurate at that 10 power, which is probably the only magnification range where you would be utilizing any kind of reticle features anyway. And with Griffin here, you can have an entire optic system with their GPM mount and their red dot. I really like the GMS red dot, their enclosed red dot. This is a very durable miniature red dot. It's not too large and obtrusive, and utilizing everything together with the GPM mount makes for a really quick sighting system. You got that 1 to 10 power within your scope, and if you catch yourself at a higher magnification level but still need to take a close-in shot, it's really quick to transition to that offset red dot sight. And with the versatility of the GPM scope mount, you can make this optic system work for you whether you're left or right-handed. This GMS red dot optic would work really well as a standalone red dot sight, whether you wanted to mount it up to your pistol or just have a very minimal red dot package on a carbine. The GMS does use aimpoint acro mounting, so there's plenty of mounts on the market for it. It being an enclosed red dot optic, it's really durable. You're not going to have to worry about dirt or debris getting in there and covering up the emitter and losing your sight. Another feature I want to point out with this GPM scope mount is the ability to pin these optic plates in place. Not only do you have 2 screws secured it in place, you have the option to pin it in place as well to ensure that this optic holds zero and make it that much more durable. Another accessory that Griffin offers for their GPM scope mount is this scope level. It's a really overbuilt scope level, and it certainly needs to be. Any scope level is going to be kind of hanging off the scope, so there's a high chance it could get banged and dinged on stuff. So you want that scope level to be, you know, really overbuilt. I've found that this scope level's really quick to use. It's got a little ball on the inside. It's really quick and easy to get that little ball right in between those lines. It's really important to be able to get your scope level if you're taking a precise shot, especially at range. Any kind of cant you put into the rifle, is going to be magnified at farther distances. So it's really important to keep your rifle level when taking those longer range shots. Guys, if you take just a minute to hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it. It really helps out with the algorithm. Also, if you could take a second to leave a comment literally anything. That's something else that really helps out. And if you want to support the channel, the best support you could provide is using the links on my campsite page. I've got coupon codes to many different websites that'll save you some money. It'll never cost you any money to use the links on my campsite page, but when you use those links to make your purchase, the channel gets a tiny kickback from that sale. So always remember, anytime you need to make a firearm related purchase, let me check out Kentucky Tactical's campsite page. He's probably got a coupon code that'll save me some money. Guys, if you would, hit that like button. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed with all notifications, and be sure to catch me on the next video.